A $50,000 initiative to reduce reckless driving is showing promising results. Remember, back in July, we were showing you the start of this experiment when organizers put up these barriers along bike lanes and center lanes at 10th Street between Emerson and Arlington. Well, tonight our Chase Howell shows us the results. Chase?
I'm told by one of the organizers of the project that they saw a 74% decrease in the number of crashes with those barriers up compared to the same time last year. And now residents are wanting a more permanent solution. Drivers may no longer see barriers on a strip of 10th Street, but the want to see changes to the roadway is still around.
It says to me that a community came together and rallied to find something that was impactful for their neighborhood, and we did it.
From July to the end of October, these barriers sat in center turn lanes and along bike paths on 10th Street, between Emerson and Arlington Avenues. The goal of the temporary and experimental project to cut down on speeding and reckless driving. Ariel Cowpooch, who lives on 10th Street with her 6-month-old son, Harrison, says it worked.
It was so much nicer to just be able to go out for a walk with your son and not worry about getting hit by a car. It was nice to be able to pull out of your driveway and not feel like you're playing chicken with other cars, or use the median to turn left into your driveway and wonder, is this the day I get hit head on?
According to Leslie Schulte, the former president of the Community Heights neighborhood organization, the barriers helped cut down on crashes. Schulte says data showed there were 30 crashes every 3 months without the barriers. But during the 90-day period the barriers were up, they only saw 8 crashes.
The majority of drivers were exceeding the speed limit on 10th Street, suggesting that the design is a problem, not necessarily the drivers. Not every driver wants to speed, but when nearly every driver is speeding, that suggests that it's not necessarily the drivers who are at fault for pushing that speed limit.
Now Schulte hopes the city looks at the data and mimics the temporary design they had with permanent fixtures. And residents like Capuch are now telling city leaders that data doesn't lie.
It says that we proved to the city that what we did was working, and it proves to me that the city needs to be doing more to keep us safe. We found a solution to the problem, and now it's their turn to step up and make that solution permanent. They're working with us, and they have a 5-year timeline, but that 5-year timeline is just too long.
I did ask if they plan on bringing those barriers back at some point, and as of right now, there are no plans to do that. Reporting in Indianapolis, Chase Howell, 13 News.